All right, so I am putting some new accumulators on this. So we are upgrading to this version of accumulator. So this accumulator is actually designed for the newer 765 Mclarens. And the ones that came on this one are the ones that have this diaphragm that kind of have this ball look there, which everybody tells me they go bad at about 3,000 miles. These ones I'm sure are bad. The new shock that I got for the front is, let me show you here. So the new shock is off of a 765 LT. And then I also found out that the shock that they had already replaced on this side is also off of a 765 LT. At least I suspect that it is because it's got that different accumulator, and they had to replace this shock as well after the accident. So the difference here, and what I'm gonna show you, we're gonna make our own tool. So if you look at this accumulator, it's got that nut on the top that we can just put a wrench on. Well, this one, it's got like these 3 holes in the top to be able to turn it. Well, I'm sure Mclaren probably charges an exorbitant amount of money for the specific tool, and I'd have to order it and wait for it. But what I'm going to do is, we're gonna see if this is gonna work. This is a tool for taking the grinder bits off of a grinder. I'm going to cut it and weld it to just tighten up the spacing, because right now it is too wide. I'm gonna cut it and weld it. We're gonna see if this works. I'll MacGyver it. Safety first. Can't tell you how many times I've chose the dumb way and had to go to the doctor to get crap picked out of my eyes. So wear this stuff if you're gonna do this. We're gonna clamp this down and cut a V into it so that we can tighten it up, make it exactly the dimension of the spacing of our holes here. And then I'll re-weld it, grind it, and hopefully it'll work. Take a look at what I did there. Beautiful. There she is. She's welded. Gonna let it cool off, and then I'll grind it, and we'll check it out and see if it's gonna work. So we're almost there. Just got some parking sensors to pull off. Sweet. Used to kind of look like a Mclaren, and now it's starting to not. They got a lot of just really light brackets. It's all open. All right, we're ready to go. It's like a race car pulling the front clip off. Nice. Good job. Sweet. Let's take a look at this. All right, so this side that is not hit, you can see has all this ducting. It's kind of interesting. They've got ducting where it comes in on the bottom and then it closes off, and then it comes in again up top for kind of around where that opening is for the headlight. And then they've got ducting that helps the air kind of pull through both of these sides back here. Now my side, the driver's side over here, we have something a little bit different. So this side, we have a interesting steel bracket that is not factory, zero ducting, and zero ducting back here. And we have some tabs on the headlight that are broken, but I would imagine this is extremely expensive. So we're gonna try and figure out how to make that work and repair it. All right, so Evan, you're making a big mess here. We got oil like everywhere. So we're yanking this shock off because we've got a new one. So I can actually show you here. I've got my box of goodies. All right, so this is a new to me shock. It was actually off of a 765 LT, which is why it's got that other accumulator. The car supposedly was in a fire, or had a fire, or whatever, and it only had like 500 miles on it. So that should work pretty good for me. It already had the accumulator on it. And then got a reflector. This is for the back. We got a ABS sensor, as well as the new plug in there to fix the wiring. We have accumulators to replace the other ones. So when we put these on, I'm gonna have to update the programming and settings for the 765. So out here in Utah, and I know I talked about it on my other video, there is only one guy out here that has the MDS computer that can plug into the Mclaren and clear codes and do updates and run through all the settings to program the wing and all of that. And with how much I have to do, it's going to be really rough. I went over there once, and it's going to be a tough thing, me trying to do that. So my buddies over, I got Kevin Prickett over in Atlanta, Georgia. They're the McMedics. You've heard or seen them. He's been helping me out a bunch, and I actually just bought, and it's going to get shipped out next week, my own MDS tool. So I will be the second guy here in Utah that actually has a MDS Mclaren tool here, and I will be able to do all of my own resets, clearing codes, suspension, wing, whatever it is. Not only that, but we'll be able to film and show you guys what that looks like and kind of get rid of some of the mystery with the Mclaren. So I'm going to be learning it. We'll learn it together. Kevin over there said he'd help do some training and help me with some technical support so we can be working through this. But I'm excited to be able to learn that and do that myself. And this car, to say the least, is going to need a lot. So, but we'll be able to do it all in-house, which is pretty dang awesome. All right, Evan, we ready to pull this shock out yet or what?
Yep, just got one bolt and then
okay.
The all should come out. She got this spacer, that's pretty awesome.
Ta-da! And just like that. Oh, you're puking all over. So we might as well just go right from that to just putting the other one in.
Okay.
So on the front end, this is the side that got hit. They had a whole bunch of spacers and that on this upper arm, and got looking at it closer and closer, the arm's bent. It's all jacked up. Yeah, look at these. Look at these spacers. So
yeah, that's awesome.
we got a ground up piece of metal, just like a bunch of weird crap that was the spacers for this upper arm. And I'm going, why the heck would you need that? Well, the arm's all bent and jacked. So to get it where it would remotely be straight-ish, I guess, add that to my list as well. So we got an upper arm. And let's see, over here on the passenger side, we've got brakes and all of that off. I got the coil basically ready to put the coil spring back together, as well as that new accumulator. Shock all apart, and I am gonna put the new accumulator in it. So supposedly they don't go bad. Hopefully that's the case, because I got lots of bad on this thing. Mr. New accumulator. Actually, I need to do this. Rotate this to the front, because this accumulator is real flat here, and this has a big curve, so it interferes with the wire. But if we turn this, rotate this around like so, it gets that. And then we have my handy dandy tool that I made. Works like a champ. Now we're good. I'm gonna throw it back together. All right, so a little bit of progress here. Backside, we've got the new accumulator in. We're just ready to put the stock coil spring back on it, and this side will be all done. And then Evan over here is just getting ready to
Pull the calipers.
He's pulling all the calipers, so we're going to disassemble them so that they can get powder coated. And we have ran into a little problem. We've got the e-brake that is electronic, and to release it you got to have the engine running to start it, and I can release it, but then as soon as you turn the engine off, it just automatically engages the brakes again. So we're gonna try, see if this works. We've got these all unbolted, and basically I'm gonna fire it up, and then I'm gonna have Evan unplug them. Hopefully they stay in the open position when I unplug them, and then we'll just turn the engine off, and then we can pull them off of the car and everything. So, and then I actually had to put the intakes and everything, kind of slide all that back together so that it would start up and not freak out. Well, that worked. We got the brakes off. So now we're all set. Look at all of our lovely overspray. But now we're gonna be just finishing up coils, getting the broken stud off. You can see I got one right there. So we're having a little bit of fun. Get that light in there so we can see what's going on. So we're getting all this exhaust, trying to get all of these off. Just about got Catch ready to pull, or at least get out of the way enough. So there we go. That bolt came out easy, but this one, it's all stripped on the inside, so I'm having to cut the head off of that one. Couldn't get the studs off, so we're gonna have to cut them, drill them, and tap them. Pretty cool. Here we go.
Nice clean cut.
It's at least snapped off now. Now we'll snap off the other one. And this is all from us not even trying to pull nuts off, but they were just already broke. And the exhaust was leaking around these things almost all the way. You gotta run this back down because, the good thing about kind of pulling all this is I probably would never have even got into looking at all of this stuff if it wouldn't have had the damage, other than when I would have been looking into why it had an exhaust leak or whatever. But at least I'm doing all this before I do the paint. There we are. So that one's off. We'll drill a little hole to start so it's in the center, and then we'll drill a bigger one, and then we'll tap it out, and she's going to be right by the time we're done. Well, I think we're going to end this video here. This video was a whole lot of teardown and finding new stuff wrong and stuff that we've got to get. I've ordered some more parts, some stuff that we've seen additional that's wrong. The A-arm, the front bash bar, studs that are snapped, some of that kind of stuff. So our next video will hopefully be starting to get some of this stuff back together. We'll have the brake calipers back from powder coat. So we'll show you the fun color that we're gonna do with that. Start getting this thing where maybe we'll be able to drive it. So till then, we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our merch. I got my Italian Road Garage shirt on. So we got hats, hoodies, all kind of fun stuff, some cool colors. So check that out. It's on our channel main page.